Welcome to Heaven's Kitchen, the Northern Edition. Hi, I'm Janelle, and the sun is just coming up in the beautiful New Hampshire mountains, and I'm glad you could be with me for this getaway. So we're going to see some beautiful sights, get some fresh air, and get in the kitchen and cook some great things. So let's have a great weekend getaway together. Thanks for joining me. Just back from doing some great yoga on the fairway. It feels fantastic, but it's pretty chilly out here. So let's get in that nice warm kitchen and cook something. Well, hello, and welcome to my cozy Eastman kitchen. This is my weekend retreat, my getaway. I like to sneak up here and spend some prayerful time, do some yoga, and just enjoy nature. When I'm up here, I'm thinking healthy, and I like to cook healthy. So the sun has come up, it's going to be a great day to get out, and I'd like to take you along on this field trip and show you some of the pretty sights, but we got to have a nice breakfast. So I thought I would do a weekend retreat brunch theme. So I'm going to make us a frittata. Now my son Tommy would like bacon or ham in his. I'm going to stick with vegetarian. So I'm going to do a scallion and mushroom and a nice Roma tomato in mine. But of course I'm going to finish it with some delicious bubbly cheese. So thanks for being with me here on our little weekend getaway. Give me a second. I'm going to grab some things out of the fridge and we'll come right back and make a nice breakfast. Okay, let's get started on our frittata. We're going to get our stove warmed up. I'd say a medium heat is good because we're going to do this like you would scrambled eggs, and eggs cook quickly. This is a non-stick pan and it has a silicone handle. Wonderful for doing this. If you don't have a non-stick pan or if you don't have a oven-proof handle, you could always finish your frittata by wrapping the handle with foil when you put it under your broiler. But I'm going to work on the back burner, and that way you can see, I think, a little bit better. So I've got everything pretty much ready to rumble. I just wanted to show you a couple of things. First thing we're going to do, obviously, is we've got to get some fat into the pan. Just a tiny bit of butter, because butter goes really nice with eggs. So we'll get that warming up for us. And if you've never done a frittata, it's different from a scrambled egg in that you get it prepared and then you finish it off in the oven. What's nice about that is you can basically put the pan out and just cut it into wedges. You can invert it onto a dish and cut it into wedges, and it can be served room temperature. It's very similar to, for example, a quiche, only it's crustless, so it's got a lot less fat, obviously. Okay, I already did my scallion, just chopped up a little bit. This is so fun for me because at home in Braintree, I have to make big amounts of everything. So making something just for one is just so simple. So there's my scallion, and I wanted to show you about cleaning a mushroom. If you didn't know, you don't rinse them. You don't use water. You just use a soft cloth and take off the dirt. Hopefully you got a nice one, which I've got here, a nice white mushroom. And it's so big, I don't even think I need the whole thing for my frittata. So I'm just going to do a little chop of that. And I'm going to do, obviously, small pieces because I think an individual frittata should have 3 eggs. I think that makes it just fine. So what we do is we get our ingredients into the pan and we get them sauteing in some nice butter as we prepare the egg mixture that's going to go in here. So this is going to start making nice sizzly noises that we love. I want to make sure my mushroom pieces are small. And let me just get my spatula. Okay, we're starting to sizzle, which is always a great sound. And I can actually turn that right down. I also wanted to show you, when I do tomato in a frittata, I don't want it to be too wet, obviously, because you want the eggs to set. So what you do is just slice your beautiful Roma tomato down the middle, and you just squeeze it right over a bowl. You squeeze those seeds right out, and it just takes the wetness out. And just another hint I will share with you is cut your tomato inside out. It's just easier for your knife to go through. And I'm going to make nice small pieces of this as well. And get those into my pan. And I hope you can hear the sizzle because it sounds terrific. A few more pieces. I don't like a lot of ingredients. When you go to those make your own omelet bars at a hotel brunch, they're always so generous. It's really more than I can ever have. So I'm going to just do a little bit of my tomato, sizzle that up with my mushroom and my scallion, and it smells delicious already. Okay, now we're going to get going with our eggs. So 3 eggs is fine for me. I think it sets up nicely. But that's for an individual. If you wanted to do a big frittata in a larger pan for the whole family, for example, just double it. more ingredients, more eggs, but the concept is going to be the same. So we are going to scramble up our eggs. We are going to add just a little smidge of milk here. And again, when you're having a little brunch, it's nice to be standing in the kitchen. Doesn't everybody always spend all the time in the kitchen? You could have 12 rooms in your house and everybody's in the kitchen. So when I have Tom and the kids up and we're just relaxing, and I like to have them around me while I'm cooking. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt and some fresh ground pepper to this. You know me, I told you on my first show I don't do spicy. A little hint of pepper for flavor, that's going to be plenty for me. Okay, so now the technique is just I'm going to put this right in, and I'm going to initially mess it around a bit. And you're going to think, well, geez, I thought she said we weren't doing scrambled eggs. And the point is, it makes it fluffy. So this is going to work really well. And you just want it to set on the top, not fully cook, and smooth it out, and we'll put some cheese on it. So this frittata is setting up exactly like I want. All I'm going to do now is put some cheese over the top and pop it into my oven, and you're going to love the result. I'm going to sprinkle a combination of cheddar and Monterey Jack, and that is going to look terrific. So I'm going to pop it into the oven. This baby is ready for the oven. And you know, in Braintree, in my first show, I told you that my oven is Martha. Well, this is her sister Mary. And if you don't know that Bible story, they were both very well known for their hospitality. So let's pop this into Mary. Keep a close eye. Broilers work really fast. Let's get some bubbling cheese. I think you're going to love the result. Less than 5 minutes, and it looks terrific. Check it out. Doesn't this look great? I'm going to brew myself a nice hot cup of coffee. I'm not even going to put it on a plate. I'm going to eat it right out of the warm pan. I wish you were here. I'd make you one. Hang in, I'll be right back. I'd like to show you a nice addition to your brunch. When we're running around all week, trying to get the kids off to school, rushing to get to work, you're lucky if you get a yogurt out of the fridge for breakfast. But on the weekend, when we have time to take a breath and relax, we can make things a little more special. And if you're doing these for a brunch, you can have them pre-made, cover them with saran wrap, keep them in the fridge, and then pull them out as your guests are arriving, put them on a pretty tray. I like to put them in a sundae glass, which I think is adorable. If you wanted to make smaller ones, if you have lots of brunch offerings, for example, you could put them in little juice glasses, whatever you think. Yogurt flavor, whatever you prefer. I love French vanilla. This one is a raspberry, and I thought it would go nicely because the market had these gorgeous berries, beautiful strawberries, beautiful blackberries, and you don't get to see them looking quite that nice all that often. I also have some dried cranberries. It gives it a chewy texture, and a nice granola that has some walnuts in it and some pecans, so there's a nice mix here. Also, almonds are so healthy, I like to put those in. These are whole. If you think that's a little too much, or if you have young people that might enjoy these, you might want to make them smaller. And obviously make sure nobody has any allergies of any kind when you're working with granola and different nuts. But I recommend Greek yogurt, because it's obviously thicker and it's loaded with protein, so it's really good for you. You can do it any way you like, depending upon your presentation dish. if you're going to do something like this and you want to maximize your berries and your granola, put them in whole. They're going to look beautiful. So that's what I'm going to do. These were so pretty. I've rinsed them, but I didn't even take the leaves off the top. I'm going to start my parfait dish with a nice strawberry on the bottom. Going to scoop a nice generous scoopful of this delicious raspberry Greek yogurt, sprinkling or 2 or 3 of cranberries, some delicious granola, couple of almonds, and layer another. Throw in a couple of these beautiful blackberries, and you're basically just adding things to make it look pretty. I would finish it with a nice sprinkle of the granola and pick the prettiest berry you have, and for presentation purposes, I wouldn't even take the leaf off. Now look at how beautiful that is, and it's healthy and it's special, and it makes everybody feel like you put a lot of effort in, and it took us about 3 seconds to make. So make yourself a nice weekend brunch parfait. I had a great time making brunch with you today, but it's time for the best part, when you get to sit down and relax and enjoy it. The frittata was delicious. I saved my yogurt parfait for dessert. And this is what's so great about brunch. You can get everything prepared. My girlfriend Ellen throws a fantastic brunch. If you are invited to her house, you don't have to eat for a week afterwards. But get everything ready so that you can sit down and relax and enjoy your friends. We're all so busy running around all week long. A weekend getaway or a weekend opportunity to just catch up with everybody is great. The only thing I would make as an addition to a great brunch is a nice bottle of champagne. And my sweetheart of a husband, Tom, sprung for the real deal. The word champagne is supposed to refer only to those that come from France. So a lot of times you'll be having something sparkling, it's not necessarily champagne. But this is the real deal. And what you can do with this is you can add some orange juice to make a mimosa. You could add some cranberry juice to make a poinsettia, and I also love a little bit of raspberry liqueur, Chambord it's called. That makes it extra special too. You can sit one of your berries on the side, it looks pretty. But if you don't want to break the bank, Tom did it as a special treat to me. You can go with a sparkling wine from Italy. There are several good ones from Spain and lots of affordable ones from California. So enjoy looking through the wine aisle the next time you make a brunch. And until I see you again, may God bless you and keep you, and may your kitchen be full of good food, good friends, lots of good fun. And as the French would say, to your health, santé.
Center stage. Hey there. Hey there. Hey there. Hey there.
Wow, it's been a fantastic weekend, and I am so happy you could be part of it. It's time to pack up the camera and head south again. I hope I see you really soon back in Heaven's Kitchen in Braintree. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.
Hey there. There's something that you need to know. Hey there. So listen, 'cause I know. Hey there. It's something that you show. Hey there. Hey, you're not a typical magazine thing. Hey there. But something supreme within